Hi, my name is Muhammad Jazril bin Kasman. My metric number is P1323-10265 and I'm from 3BMKA, section 1/2.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Ali Hamzah bin Alauddin and my metric number is B13231067 and I'm from 3BMKA, section 1/1. Hi, my name is Saddam Syahmi bin Zulkifli. Metric number B1323-10274 and I'm from 3BMKA, S1/1. Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Hafiz Muspakin bin Junaid. My matrix number is P13231072 and I'm from section 3 BMKA S1/1.
Okay, for the results, table 1, part name, we have 14 parts. First one is reservoir assembly, reservoir cap diaphragm, sensor retainer, fluid level sensor float, and then retainer, piston retaining pin, fluid reservoir body, reservoir grommet, piston stop bolt, and plug secondary piston assembly, primary piston assembly, and lastly master cylinder body.
Okay, for the result, we got two tables. First is table 2, the condition of the master cylinder, and the second table is the inspection of master cylinder. Okay, we go to the table 2 first, the condition. The first part is inner surface of master cylinder is in a good condition. Second, the primary and secondary piston. The condition is rusty. For the diagram, no visible wear. For the brake booster, the condition meet standard. Last, the O-ring still visible. Okay, for the table 3 is the inspection. First, push rod end. The before this, the diameter is 6.26 mm, and after is 9.44 mm.
Discussion number 1. Based on your finding, what is the effect of the push rod end length on brake? The push rod end length directly influences brake pedal feel and responsiveness. Our finding of an initial 6.26 millimeters measurement, which was below the standard range, 9.65 to 9.90, would cause a soft, low brake pedal with excessive free play, but after adjustment to 9.44 millimeters, the free play was eliminated, resulting in a firmer pedal and more immediate braking response. Discussion number 2. Name the type of brake oil used for your car. Can a different type of brake oil be used and why? Okay, our car use .4 brake fluid. We can't just switch this for any other type we find on the shelf. From what we learned, mixing the wrong type, like putting silicone based .5 into a system designed for .4, can wreck the rubber seal inside the brake caliper and wheel cylinder, causing a leak. Also, if we use a fluid with a lower boiling point, it could actually start to boil from the heat of braking and create air bubble in the line, making the brakes feel scary and weak when we need them most. Number 3, name hydraulic tube that are connected to the master cylinder and where all tubes are connected. The master cylinder is connected to the rest of the car by the brake line. In our lab unit, two main steel lines came out of it. One line runs all the way to the front brake supplying the caliper on each front wheel. The other lines goes to the rear of the car to operate the brakes on the back wheels. This setup is a clever safety feature. If a leak ever happen in one line, we still have braking power from the other circuit. Number 4, what is the function of the diaphragm? The diaphragm is the key part inside the brake booster that gives us power brake. It uses the vacuum from the engine to the heavy lifting. When we press the pedal, a valve lets air pressure push on the diaphragm, which then shoves the master cylinder's push rod for us. This is why we don't need to stomp on the pedal with all our strength to stop a modern car. The diaphragm is providing the power assist. Thank you.
Okay, for the conclusion, wrapping up this lab, the whole process really clicked when we saw how the number from our inspection directly explain the brake system behavior. Correctly interpreting the data were key, like understanding how that out spec. Short push rod measurement was the clear culprit behind a spongy pedal, and seeing how adjusting it back to the standard range immediately fix the issue. Our observation through the tear down and reassemble, from checking the piston condition to ensuring the diaphragm was intact, give us a real world understanding that goes beyond the textbook. It cemented the idea that the brake system, every measurement and every component condition has a direct and critical impact on performance and safety. This hands-on experience truly bridge the gap between theoretical data and practical tangible result.